abandoned and living in deplorable conditions. Just a few days ago, Oakland County Sheriff's deputies came to this house behind me, which is on Lydia Lane, to do a welfare check on a woman. But when they got inside, they didn't find her, but they did find her 3 kids who have been abandoned and living in deplorable conditions.
Everybody's upset about it, like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
Pontiac resident Emma Gross lives a few streets over from the home where the kids were found. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says the house was covered in piles of trash as high as 4 feet in some rooms. There was even mold and human feces throughout the house.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard tells me a 15-year-old boy and his 2 sisters, ages 12 and 13, hadn't been outside the home in years and were surviving off of weekly drop-offs of prepared food.
It kind of reminds me of the commercials you see where animals are living in very deplorable conditions. Well, kind of take that times 10. And that's what the kids were living in for years.
The boy told deputies that his mother abandoned them back in either 2020 or 2021. Deputies were recently called because the landlord of the home asked for them to do a welfare check.
The landlord said he hadn't seen her for some time, and I think, as our detectives mentioned, it hadn't paid her rent going back to October.
The kid's mother was arrested on Friday, and Bouchard says she had been living somewhere else in Pontiac. The kids hadn't been in school since they were abandoned.
Well, that's going to be a very long process to figure this all out. Not just how they are, both mentally and physically, but how did this ever happen to have these kids fall through the cracks on so many levels with relatives, the community, and with schools?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've seen, child neglect and other situations where they're living in bad places, but not to this level and not for this extended duration.
The mother will be facing criminal charges, and in the meantime, her kids are now staying with a relative. Just a few days ago, Oakland County...
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. This is Brother Thamayim from GMS Toronto coming at you with another video. What you see there is what the brothers have been saying for the last 15 years or so, right? The most dangerous place to be is in the womb of an Israelite woman, mainly the black woman, okay? She's cruel, right? She's downright wicked, right? And I can guarantee you that those children has a so-called black father, right? When these black women have children with other nations, they take care of their babies, man. Right? They put them on the pedestal, whatever. If the baby is light skin or nice hair, whatever the case may be in their mind, that deemed to be beautiful, right? They'll take care of that baby with their life. But if it's a baby from an Israelite man, right, a so-called black man, right, from the tribe of Judah or Benjamin. These women will neglect their babies, man. They'll treat them like garbage, especially if that man were to leave them, right? She would definitely take it out on the children, right? And that goes back to prophecy. Let me get even the sea monster, all right? Draw out the breasts, and the Lord is saying here, and through the prophet. I think Jeremiah wrote this, right? Jeremiah or Baruch, can't remember, but he's speaking through this prophet right here, right? Lamentations 4:3 it says that even the sea monster draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness, right? Because an ostrich doesn't even care about her eggs. She'll crack them eggs and not care about it, right? The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth. For thirst, the young children ask bread, right? And no man bringeth it unto them, right? They that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in the scarlet embraced dunghills, right? That's our people, man, right? Mainly our children. At one point, we loved our children. When you go into that story of Tobit, right, with Tobias, look at how his mom, look at how his mother was worried that he might not come home, right? We went from that to this, right? This woman had her children living in her house that which she abandoned them, right, for like 2 3 years, and she'll drop food off, right, and she'll just drop food off and leave. Meaning what? She probably met a man, and that man, she probably tell that man that she's single, right? And she probably wanted that man in her life, and she just pretended as if she was single, right? That's why she dropped food off every damn week for these children to eat. And another thing, if you're 15 years old, why are you still in the house? You're supposed to, once you're 12, 13 years old, man, your mom is treating you like this. Why can't you come outside? I'm not going to, speculate anything or say anything, but, there comes a time when you get to a certain age. How are you 15 years old in a house and you're still in the house for 3 years, man? Right? It's ridiculous, the whole story. But that's how cruel a mother is, man. Right? This thing start with a mother's love. If the mother don't have any love for you, how are these children going to love anybody else? Right? Especially the boy. If your mother can't love you and she abandoned you, you're gonna just be scarred for life, man. Right? Let's get right to the curses, because this is all about the curses. At the end of the day, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28. Everything, all the statistics are right in here. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and I think 50. Might be 56, right? Because I think 54 is eyes evil towards each other, right? And 50, yeah, start at 56. A tender and delicate woman among you, which would not preventively set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and toward the son, and toward her daughter, right? So if this is not our people, I don't know what else to say, man. You don't see them doing these wicked acts to their children, okay? You don't see abandoning their children like this, right? And I see this thing coming back because in the 90s, a lot of these women would throw their babies in the trash. A lot of these so-called black women would throw their babies in the trash. That was a pandemic in the 90s, man. That's why Tupac made that song, Brenda's Got a Baby, right? And it says here, verse 57, and toward her young one that cometh from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith that enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. So this is what the so-called black woman is up to, man, right? For the 10 black women that love their children, there's gonna be that one that hates her children and do shit like this, okay? Abandoning her children, right? Having them starve in a dirty ass house. Apparently, in that story, they said that the children toenails were so damn long, man, they couldn't even walk properly, right? So, that's a so-called black woman for you. This is a wicked ass woman, man. Let me just get one more scripture, and I'll finish it up. No wickedness like the wickedness of a woman. Okay? The portion of a sinner fall upon her. This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 19. All right? Or Sirach 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Shalom.